Hi, this is Pat Ray from Pat's. We're talking about anger management and choices and consequences today. I need you to give me a progress note, put your name on it, the date, and the type of group, and the topic, which is good choice, bad choice. And on that paper, you're going to write down 3 statements that tell me what you learned, what you thought about, and what you talked about. So please get that together and we will move forward. So let's talk about choices in general. Do you know that we always have and we always make choices? You may say, no, I don't. I have to do this. I must do this. If I don't do this, then this bad thing will happen. Okay. You had a lot of choices. For one, this morning you decided, did you want to get up or did you want to stay in bed? If you have a job to go to, you decide, do I want to go to work or do I want to stay home? You decided for the most part what you wanted to wear today, in case of course you had a uniform to wear, and then you could choose whether to wear that or not. You possibly will have a choice of what to eat for dinner tonight, and you can choose between all kinds of what you want to do after work. For the most part, you have choices. If you have a responsibility, you can meet it or not. One of the things is, when you choose not to choose, you have made a choice. You have the option to choose or not choose. We may feel like we're backed in the corner and we only have one choice, and oftentimes that leads to stress, anxiety, resentment, and anger. Resentment is actually anger turned inward, isn't it? So, the choices we have are always about ourselves, not the things around us. We don't get to choose. We don't always get to choose the things around us, but we do always have the choices about how we want to respond to things around us. We can't choose whether it rains or not. We do have a choice of how we respond to the rain. We can't choose if someone is going to be in a good mood or bad mood. We do have the choice of how we respond to their mood. If someone holds a gun to my head and tells me to give him all my money, I don't have a choice, you say, in that. Yes, you do. You can decide what is more important to you, your money or your life. This is a choice. The main reason people feel that they don't have choices is that they don't get to choose the options that they have to pick from. If it rains, they get upset. They don't have the choice over whether it rains or not. We don't get to choose it. We do get to choose, again, how we respond to it. We can choose our response to what happens around us. Life throws stuff at us. We always have a choice in how to respond to it. Personal freedom comes from acknowledging the choices that we make. There are no personal freedoms without choice. We will never feel like we have personal freedom until we see and acknowledge that we do have choices. The biggest step towards personal freedom is to see and acknowledge that we always do have those choices. And we do make choices. What happens when we start to do that? We gain more personal freedom in our lives. We gain more control over our lives. We start thinking about the possible outcomes of the different choices that we have. Every choice we make ends up with an outcome. Choice, outcome. Every choice produces a result. Everyone. We're going to look at, it has been said that this moment is the end of your past and the beginning of the rest of your life. The end of your past, the beginning of the rest. So the most potent point of power each of us has is right now. Each moment is a now. In each moment we can do or make decisions, choices, and decisions. In each moment we decide about our future. Personal power comes from taking responsibility for the choices we make. First of all, we need to understand, what's this word responsibility? It has a lot of negative associations put on it. Most people come to associate the word responsibility with the word blame. We hear things like, who is responsible for this mess? Who was responsible for the accident? That person was responsible for me being late. The blown fuse was responsible for the power outage, and so on. With each one, we're placing blame somewhere. Placing blame. Responsibility can also be connected with giving somebody credit when something goes right. Responsibility is really connected to both when something goes right or something goes wrong. So I have the responsibility of whatever choices I make. I get to take credit or I get to clean up the mess. If I make choices, I take responsibility for the choices I make. In that is personal power. Now that we know what to do and how to make choices, what have we been doing? How have we been doing in that area? Take a look at your life. Are you irritated, unhappy, frustrated, mumbling under your breath? Do you feel depressed? Do you feel stressed out? Do you feeling anxious? Are you lashing out at other people? Are you blaming yourself? Are you blaming other people? Look at your choices. Take the word have to, the words have to, out of it. You don't have to do anything, really, except die when your time comes. Some people say pay taxes and die. Every minute we have a choice. Really think about that. If you feel trapped, if you feel like you're being forced, look at the choices that you've made and that you're making right now. Are you choosing to stay in the situation you are in? Are you choosing to stay unhappy? Are you choosing to be miserable? If you are, only you can change that. You say, oh, but if I do that, just take the but out of there. Do what needs to be done. Your reaction to the world is a choice. Are you letting it mow you over? Or are you living the best life you can without endangering others? I say, oh, but I must. Take must out of there. I should, I must, I have to. Get rid of those words. You have a choice. And by not choosing, You have already chosen your future. Have a great day.